Hello YouTube. So today I decided I'm gonna forge again and I have a very nice idea, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna carve out on my bench grinder some notches here which result in a thinner Damascus pattern, but the core steel will come out even more because now the core steel is about 2 millimeters thick, and I'm going to grind down almost to the core steel, and then I'm going to forge out the knife and flatten all the grind outs, and I hope this will get some kind of a tooth pattern with a zigzag pattern with a black core steel, but we will see in the end. Now first attempt, and I'm gonna forge out the blade like my sushi knife, but with a little bit of a rounded blade, so the cutting edge will be a little bit rounded on the downside, for the main purpose so you can cut onions and other stuff too, not only sushi. Sushi, it would be a straight blade, but the straight blade is not as useful in the kitchen as a curved blade. So these straight blades, you only cut fish and meat, and with the other blades you can cut almost everything. Includes fish and meat, you just need to cut otherwise a little bit, but that's not a problem at all. Okay, now here I'm gonna forge out the tank. That's why I didn't ground in here, so this piece will get short, thin and long, so to fit on the handle. Which handle I don't know right now, but we will see, So now let's go to the anvil. Okay, now let's crank up the forge and let's go. Okay, now we're going to change the side, take the other tongues, and forge the blade. Okay, I'm gonna quench it right now because it's perfectly forged. It looks nice and even, and I do not have to grind away a lot of material, so it's not a problem at all. Didn't warp. That's very nice. Okay, now we can temper the piece. Just gotta put it in the vise and take the blowtorch. Papa, you cannot even see the blade. Whoa. Take the blowtorch and blowtorch it. Now we have a straw color. Say a dark straw. Yep, that's what we want. That is perfect temperature. Okay, now that the knife's ground its shape and polished up to 400 grit. Next thing, I'm gonna give it a hand polish to 800. Then we're gonna buff it a little bit and into the acid. Okay, now the knife is polished and got a little bit of a sheen with a buffing wheel, and now we're gonna dip it into ferric chloride. Now this is actual time, and as you see, just even a few seconds in the ferric chloride are enough to get an edge. So we're gonna put it in again. Now give it a rinse with water and then we'll see this again. Okay, now that's about how it looks in the end. It should look in the end. It gets a little bit of a flare here in the end and tightens down to the tip of the handle. And I'm gonna make a hidden tang knife here. I'm gonna slot this drill with a 3 or 3.5 millimeter drill bit in as deep as it needs to. And then I'm gonna carve some grooves in here on my simple bench grinder. And then I'm gonna flatten out this piece, round it out in every direction and make the slot exactly for a knife so it fits perfectly, and this piece gets glued on here. Now maybe I'm gonna put this on slightly an angle, but we will see. Yeah. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean these two pieces where they get glued together with acetone. Clean up this piece also. And now what we're going to do is apply super glue to this surface. Not a whole lot of, just a small amount. So whole surface is covered with a thin layer. That's enough. Else it's gonna squeak out on the blade or skirt out on the blade, and then it will glue the blade onto the knife. That's not what we want right now. So we'll weigh a little bit of super glue. Okay. Now I'm gonna fit the handle to the front finishing piece and give it a little bit of pressure so that the super glue adheres to the piece very well. Okay. Now that should be it. Now I can wiggle out the blade, and this piece should be holding up here. Now, just to make sure that every slot is covered. If we get any slots here where we should not, it should be perfect. Surfaces fitted perfectly together. So there should not be any gaps or anything, but just to make sure. Oh, it's a nice knife. It's a very, very nice knife. So we're gonna make a slightly flare here, not a lot because I have drilled the holes pretty tight to the material, and make here a little bit of a more curve, and then I'm finishing up the whole thing. So give it a nice grind first, then I'm going to show it to you again, and then I'm going to polish it up, buff it, and glue it onto the knife. It looks and fits awesome. It looks really awesome. That's a really nice look. So this curve seems like it will go to the handle curve perfectly. It's really nice. I leave it with these corners. I think it fits very nice in the hand. It's just very fine, and I'm gonna round them out with a grinding paper. That's all. Here that's something like a finger groove, I guess, and it's a very nice feature which you really feel where you have your knife, and you can also choke up to the knife, so you can hold it like this. I prefer to hold my knives like this to cut. So, but it's always as you want. You can also cut this way, you can cut however you want, how you feel comfortable, and don't cut your fingers. That's the most important aspect. And it's centered very well. Next thing, I'm going to hand polish the whole thing and give it a shine in the buffing wheel, and then I'm going to glue it onto the blade. Okay, now with the polished handle, it looks pretty awesome. Very awesome, I guess. Nice stabilized pine cones. I stabilized this pine cone myself, and I'm also gonna sell these pieces in full blocks, even if you want to cut it yourself apart, or normally I slice them in half and sell them. And they're for handle scales, for jewelry, for whatever you want to make out of it. I have pieces up to 18 centimeters and 6 centimeters in diameter, and from 3 centimeters in diameter and about 80 to 100 millimeters, the smallest ones, up to, as I said, about 16 centimeters and bigger, as big as people need it and want it. So now, handle is not on the knife, just put it on to see how it fits in perfect. It looks so awesome. It's such an awesome knife. I really love it. I think it's an awesome, unique design, which I really designed myself. This piece completely designed myself. Simple. Normally I make the blade straight for sushi or meat knives. The idea came from this knife, also designed myself, and this one also gets the other half of this pine cone, as you see. I fit this in here, and it also looks really nice. But now we're gonna go to the main piece. Just put on a line of this. This is out a bit better. Okay. Now this is the way we stir the quark, stir the quark, stir the quark. This is the way we stir the quark, stir the quark. Come on, Lee. Okay, I got way too much glue. Okay, now I know it's really too much glue. Okay, now that should be it. Got no resin left over, no glue coming out. Got clear and closed gaps. Here we come, the final piece. You saw it just before. Yeah, I know my humor is very, very strange, but also I am, and many people too. But my opinion, very awesome knife. I'm gonna show you how it cuts. And I think it cuts very well. Yes, it does. That's it with this knife for today. Hope you like my video. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. You can also visit my website. And thanks for watching.